Hello everyone, this is one of two tutorials showing you how to draw and design and present your Google Sketchup drawing of your sorter box. We're going to use Google Sketchup, which is a free download from the internet. I'm going to assume that you've already downloaded it and you're ready to go. If you haven't, then ask permission first before you download the software, but I'm going to assume that we're all ready to go. So when you first open your Google Sketchup page, this is the screen that you're going to see. You've got your three axes here. You've got your green, your red and your blue. Now the one thing you need to remember when you're designing in Google Sketchup is that you're designing in a three-dimensional environment, which means that sometimes you can place an object or place a drawing somewhere and it's not perhaps where you think it is. So what you need to continually do is to go up and use the orbit tool. The orbit tool allows you to move around the drawing and see what it looks like from all different views. You've also got a pan tool at the top here, which keeps the same angle, but it just pans the drawing from left to right. So the first thing we're going to do is to get rid of this lady here who's called Ethel. So I'm going to click on select and I'm going to right click and go to erase. So sorry Ethel, but you've got to go. There she goes. I'm going to get my page into the right angle, so I'm going to come up here, I'm going to orb down a little bit so that I'm looking down on my drawing, and I'm going to go up here to the rectangle tool and I'm going to start on the red line and I'm going to draw my footprint. In other words, the shape of the sorter. And there's no measuring involved. This whole drawing is about proportions and whether something looks right. So there's my rectangle. I'm happy with that. Now as I move the mouse away, you can still see that I'm connected. So to get rid of that connection, if I just press escape, that's gone. Now I go up to the push-pull tool, which is my favourite tool. Select that and we're going to drag our box up to about the right depth. Okay, I'm happy with that. Again, press escape to get rid of that. Let's just quickly orb round to have a look. Yep, that looks really good. Now I'm going to orb around so that I'm looking down on top. Let's just move that up. Now at the moment we've just got a box. We need to create those compartments. So I'm going to go to rectangle again and I'm just going to guess this. I'm going to draw my rectangle in here, which is assuming that the box is completely empty. So it's just the outside thickness of the wood. Staying with the rectangle tool, I'm going to, on my design, I'm going to have a section across there, which is going to be for pens and pencils. I'm going to have my mobile phone in that bit, and this bit I'll just have for, I don't know, drawing pins, something like that. Okay, whatever your design is. So again, up to the push-pull tool, and I'm going to come down rather than up. And you can see I've gone off the edge there, I've made it hollow, so I'm just going to come up a bit. There we go. So have a quick orb round. Really happy with that. That looks just great. Okay, you can see, if I just go to select, you can see some lines here which I'm going to get rid of using the eraser up here. So I'm just going to take those lines away just to make the whole drawing look a bit nicer. Okay, so I'm nearly done. I'm just going to add some colour now. So to add colour, you go up to Window and go down to Materials, and you get your Materials toolbox. You can minimise that while you're drawing by just clicking on the bar at the top, and it minimises it for you. Now you can either go to colours, which it's defaulted to here, which I can do, or if I go to the drop down menu I can come down and I can choose wood, as our sorter is made out of plywood. Let's go for that one. This is the fun bit. So I'm just going to orb round and I'm just going to fill in all of the sides with that particular bit of wood. Let's come round here, fill that, 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 that. Carry on orbing round. I think that's everything. Yep. Now on top, just going to use a different texture. Let's go for that one there. Not happy with that, so I'm going to go to that one instead. Didn't think that would be so green. Let's go to that one. Or was that the one I went to originally? That looks quite wacky. Let's try that one. It's quite strange, but I'm going to leave it at that. Now I'm going to assume that when I make my sorter, I'm going to put some sponge at the bottom, so I'm going to go just to basic colours for that. Being an Arsenal supporter, I'm going to go for Arsenal Red, which must be that one, and I'm just going to drop those in there. If I ever decided to change my allegiance, I wanted to support Chelsea instead, which would never happen in a million years, I could easily change the colour, just choose the colour I want, and go in there like that. Let's just minimise that. That now is my drawing finished. So that's the end of this tutorial. The next tutorial is going to show you a way that we'd like you to present your work ready for handing in. Okay, thanks for listening.